Today I'm going to be installing some LED lights in my interior. Now this isn't the traditional LED lights that you would run. These are, to be honest, I'm not sure what these are, but I've had them laying around for a while and they're pretty bright. And the other day I just threw a random power or 12 volt source and a ground, and I just tossed them in here, and they were pretty bright, and the whole interior lit up blue, and I thought it looked cool. And to me, it's free because I have them laying around. But if you guys want to do something similar like this, you can get those underdash light kits. I believe it's like 4 pieces, and you put them under these plastics right here, and then in the back or wherever you want. And they do pretty much the same thing, except those can change colors. They're about like 25 bucks, give or take. And you could do the same exact thing, and then just put them up here instead of down here. But yeah. I was just gonna do this, not make a video, but I know someone's gonna want to see how I did this and all that yada yada, so I'm gonna make a quick video on how I'm doing it. It's pretty simple. It's just got a power and a ground, just like any other light or anything really. And I don't have any interior. I took all my interior out because this truck came with the ugly brown interior, and I am slowly piecing it together to go back to the gray interior because I like the gray interior. So I have a new dash, I have all the pieces here. I'm just kind of slowly trying to get these pieces up here, but I'm starting to like the no headliner, no interior back here look. So for now, I'm just gonna toss them in like this. So it's pretty ghetto, but it honestly works very good. I just got it, put it in, and I'm supposed to touch it, but whatever, I've already touched these a bunch. Yeah. So I just stick it in there, got the power in the ground on the top over here, and that should be tight enough for them not to fall out. Like I was saying earlier, I have my OEM lights unplugged. I have the one that's supposed to be right here, and then I have the one that goes back here. So this one just simply has a power and a ground, and this is where I tested the lights, and that's how I know that it works. Now my fuse was bad, so I did have to put a new fuse, but essentially what I'm going to do is cut this plug off, because this plug has, you know, nothing for me. It doesn't do anything for me. Heat shrink some wire to the power and the ground, and then pretty much just run it to the power and the ground, and that's pretty simple. Now I am going to be putting a switch somewhere up here. That way I could turn it on and off. The only reason I would turn it off is just in case I'm driving and there's a cop behind me or something like that, and I just don't want to get any more attention than this truck is already going to get, so I can just flip the switch, turn it off, or if I ever go somewhere and I want it to look cool, I could flip the switch on and it'll be on. The first thing I'm going to do is drill a hole in here, that way I can put my switch right up in here. First I'm going to start small right here, make a little pilot hole, and then I'm going to get bigger, and I'm going to get to whatever size I need in order to fit this in there. Still has a bit of rust, but it's a lot cleaner, and now I'm going to do a quick layer of black. For now, I'm only going to run 2 lights, so what I got going right here is the 12 volt was going to come out of here and is going to wire into here, and the switch is going to pretty much disconnect and connect that signal. And I got 2 wires running from here. I got a short wire that it's going to run, that's going to run from the switch that's going to be here to about here, and then I'm going to get the ground from this bolt. I took it off, it's a factory bolt, but it's bare metal underneath, so I'm going to use that as a ground. And then the same thing over there, I'm going to run 1 wire over here, which is this long one that I have over here. It's going to run underneath this piece right here, and then I'm going to use the ground over there. And I'm only going to run 2 lights right now because I think that should be bright enough, and if it's not, I have 2 more that I could add and pretty much tee off of there and run to the back or wherever else I want to put them. But I forgot to show you the switch. This is what it's going to look like from the bottom. Just a simple switch. There we go. And then this is the top. So this is going to tuck up like that. Now that I tested the lights and I know that the circuit and the switch and everything works and we're all good to go, now I'm going to be running the wires that come out of the switch through this hole and run it underneath this bar. Since I don't have any interior, it'll look really tacky just seeing the wires hanging. So I'm going to tuck them in there and run them through the back and heat shrink them. And yeah, that should be pretty much it. This is a very simple install. I just quickly wired up the rear light just to show you guys an example of how I'm going to wire it when I do run them and if I do run them. But it's all wired up pretty much. I have the switch up here. You flip the switch and there you go. I don't know why, but on camera they look like pink or purple, but they're a really like navy blue. I guess maybe the camera is picking it up. I just, on the viewfinder, it's not really looking the same. I don't know how it'll look once I edit this video. But yeah, you can see these things are extremely bright. Probably not going to be driving with these at all because they're going to be blinding me. And not only that, but it's probably going to distract a bunch of drivers. But yeah, so I just have those two. Those are the ones that I'm mainly running, and those are the ones that I was only going to run because it lights up the dash and it lights up the two seats and it pretty much lights up the whole interior. The only reason for doing these is for the rear. You can see this side has it, this side doesn't. I guess you can't really tell, it almost looks the same. This one just looks a little brighter, probably because it's just right there, so it's barely peeking through. But in my opinion, I don't really think that the rear ones do anything, since there's nothing really here. Maybe if I had like a delete panel, and a lot of people run like subwoofers and stuff, maybe if I had something like that, like a box just covering this, it would reflect off of that and maybe it would look pretty cool. As for the wiring, I did what I told you guys. This is my power wire that I kind of teed off of the one that's coming from up here. So it comes off of here and then goes, it's just hanging right now because I want to show you guys, and it goes into the light itself. And then the ground, I just extended the wire a little bit and I went to this screw right here, so that's the ground. So that's pretty much it. Super simple. You can see, let's see if I could follow it so you guys can understand. This is the power wire, and you can see it's a rat's nest. It's a longer one, the one to the right. That one just goes to the power of the light, and then the ground goes up here and then just goes to this bolt. You could run it to a bolt back there, and you really bolt really, but I just put it on that one just to show you guys. And since I'm getting my power from this light, the switch works as well for all of them, so that's pretty cool. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys have any questions, you guys know what to do. DM me on Instagram or leave it down in the comment section below and I try to answer them to the best of my ability. Now I know this was a pretty short and cheesy video, but I know there's people that are going to be interested in doing something like this to their truck or car. I figured it wouldn't hurt to post a video showing how I personally did it. Now it might not be the right way, but this is just how I did it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it useful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.